All right, we are back. Segment 17 with Emery's Thunder Run. It's about to start tomorrow and tonight, like we've been doing. It's me and Peter starting out, and Peter's going to talk to you guys a little bit about how his week went. And then in a few minutes, we'll also have our family for the week join us. But before we even get to any of that, tonight's going to be a little different. I'll say the trivia question now, and then I'll say it again in a little bit in case people aren't on yet. But if you're on, then you have the chance to win. So the trivia question, we're going to have a giveaway. Whoever gets the question correct first. So put in the comments below, because we'll be able to see who comments first probably after the video is over. We'll go through our comments and see who commented correctly first. So you got to be fast. All right, you guys. And whoever wins this trivia question will win I Ran with Peter magnet. It's got his face on it, and it's pretty darn awesome. So not everybody's getting these. These are hard to get. They're hard to come by. So it's a pretty cool giveaway. So, okay, everyone's ready. Our giveaway question is, how many pairs of shoes will Peter go through by the end of the run? So,
I know.
How many shoes? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I can't answer, can I?
No, I thought you were going to say something.
Okay, no.
No, yeah. So, how many pairs of shoes is Peter going to go through by the time he gets to Delaware at the end of this run? So, take your best guess. Put it in the comments below. Whoever guesses correct first wins. All right. And then, Peter, let's have you recap how the week went.
This was another cloudy, rainy week, actually, weather-wise, but it wasn't too bad in that regard. The highlight, the really cool thing this week is every week we meet somebody new. People come up and ask what we're doing. They ask the crews what they're doing. The crews have always been really proactive in sharing what we're doing. And this week we met somebody from Denmark walking across the country. And so we told them all about what we're doing, So our story, your story, Emery's name, Emery's Thunder Run, and Taryn is probably going to go to Denmark eventually. The guy shared his name, and I would share it with you, but I couldn't repronounce it without botching it up. But he was a very nice 90-year-old man that looked like he was in his 60s. Just super healthy guy.
Wow.
Then we met another farmer later on last week who was very interested in what we were doing. Very nice. He actually made a donation, unsolicited. We never ask for donations, but people sometimes just, out of the kindness of their heart, donate. And he made a donation. And that's kind of, I can't say I live for that, but I absolutely love that when that happens, because that's such a big part of why we're doing this, is just to have a conversation with people about childhood cancer, and when it's appropriate to tell the stories of the families we're running for. So that was a really cool highlight of the week. All the miles got done. I feel like I'm on my 90th some marathon. And I feel like this is the first time I felt like, maybe this is actually going to happen. We might actually get to Delaware.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting close.
So close. I can't believe how close we are. I know, it's crazy because, this is segment 17's video, so then we only have 2 more after this, which is, I don't know, just seems really crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna end, I think, quicker than we want in some ways, I know we're all tired, but I think we're gonna look back on it and wish, why couldn't it have gone 2 more weeks longer?
Well, like I think I posted the other day, I think this is definitely going to cause a ripple effect, what you're doing. I think we're going to be seeing just what's exactly coming out of this for like a long time. I think everybody,
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people have been impacted by what you are doing, still doing. So a lot of people hopefully join in on the fight. And I mean, that's a big deal. You might never even know like exactly what your running caused, you know, but I think it'll definitely do more than you realize.
Yeah. I think you're 100% right. I mean, I know that, all of us together, I know we're changing a child's story in the future, maybe a child that hasn't even been born yet. What the childhood cancer is doing and the help that you give to families to get them through, to help get them through, their incredibly tough journey. I know that story is being rewritten, and I know we all agree, even if it's one child, it's been way worth it.
Definitely.
But I know it's more than one. Yeah. So
For
it was
sure.
a good week. Everything happened that should have happened this week. We met people, the miles got done, and I think even the cruise, Jenna, that that's something else I really love about how this whole run was set up. Is the crews are impacted too, and it might be neat to hear their stories sometime, but a lot of the crews are heavily impacted when they come out by by what they see and by what's going on. So that's neat for for me too, to see that.
I agree.
I wish everybody could see how hard the crews work and what they do, and when the lights go on, and just how important this is. I love that moment.
I definitely agree. We could not have done this run without our crew. Our crew's been awesome.
No.
No. And this week you're still in Ohio. And then what?
Yep.
You're going to end in Pennsylvania? Yep, in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Next week, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday I'll run into West Virginia, and I'll actually on Tuesday at the end of the run will end in West Virginia, and then Wednesday I'll be in Pennsylvania. On Wednesday, I'm going through that little thin part of West Virginia, that northwest sliver of West Virginia.
So do you know how many states you've actually like crossed through at least, or gone through altogether?
I do. I've not off the top of my head: California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. Ohio, that's 10. And then Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. 14 states, if I counted it right.
Yeah, 14. That's cool. That's crazy, though. I think you're in Ohio now, and then you're going to be in West Virginia, and then you're going to be in Pennsylvania by the end of next week. Like, I mean, you really cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Yeah, it does. It is kind of, I'm actually kind of a little alarmed. I'm like, are we really going to get to Delaware in 3 more weeks? Because it's still kind of a good chunk of country to go, but we are. Yeah. The math adds up, and I do the miles every day, so that's how it gets done, a little bit every day.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah, it is crazy.
Crazy. But so cool at the same time. I mean, yeah. It's just crazy to think of when you really think of it. It's like, holy cow, he covers a lot of ground in a relatively short amount of time. It's just, yeah, it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But really cool.
Some of the guesses are coming up as far as the number of pairs of shoes. I don't know if you want to re-announce that.
Oh, yeah, let's do it again. Okay, so yes. There it goes, right on the screen there. Trivia tonight is for a giveaway. You guys will win a magnet, a Thunder Run with Peter magnet. And it's really cool, actually, and there's not very many of them. So And the question is, how many pairs of shoes will Peter go through by the end of the run? So make sure you guys are putting your answer in the comments. Guess away. You can guess as many times as you want, but whoever we'll go back through and look, and whoever comments the correct answer first wins. So keep on commenting, because I don't see the correct answer yet. Nope.
Jenny
No correct
Bird from
answers
Italy.
yet. Wow, isn't that cool to see where people are from? So cool.
Yeah. Hi,
Yeah,
Jenny
keep
from
commenting
Italy.
too.
You know?
Yeah, Jenny Bird from Italy. Yeah, actually, she's been following for a while. She's always been super sweet with all her comments. Yeah. So yeah, keep commenting, guys. No correct answers yet. So if you already commented, you can guess again, and because none of those are correct. All right. Oh, recap video, and then we'll get to our families. Let's do our recap of the Warriors and Angels from last week. I followed Elena's story. She reminded me so much of my M. Elena also passed away at 3 years old, so, and it's neuroblastoma. So a lot of these kids, I can't say that I actually, knew or followed, which I'm glad we're able to kind of, in a short way, tell their stories too.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. All right, I think it's time to bring out Nora's family. So Nora is the child we're honoring
None
for
of us.
segment 17. She is a little warrior, and she just had a birthday. Hi, guys.
Hi.
So this is Ashley, Nora's mom, and
Hi.
Ashley here is going to tell us Nora's story, and then if Nora wants to answer some really easy questions, like she just had a birthday, so everybody's probably wondering how old you are, and 5. Whoa, it's your whole hand now. You can do this when people ask you. Yeah. And then I think I heard that she has a favorite superhero.
Who's your favorite? Wonder Woman.
I have seen her dress up like Wonder Woman a few times, and I gotta say, she looks a lot like Wonder Woman. Sometimes I'm like, whoa. Well, thank you guys for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us.
We're really excited that we're to Nora's week. I think it's just exciting.
Can't believe it's here already.
I know, it's crazy. So yeah, this whole week will be about Nora, and we'll be sharing about her later in the week too. But we'll just start out, Ashley, if you don't mind, just telling Nora's story, kind of what she's been through. And I know, she's been through a lot since literally before she was born. But go ahead and just tell us what you'd like to tell us about your sweet girl.
So it kind of, I found out, we didn't really find out necessarily it was neuroblastoma, but when I was about 7 months pregnant, during a random ultrasound, because they thought I was leaking fluid, they found a mass in her abdomen. So then they sent us to a high-risk team in Rochester, which is like about an hour and 45 minutes from where we're from. And I had to go there every 2 weeks for ultrasounds. And then they let me get ultrasounds every other week at home, so I didn't have to drive, we didn't have to travel that far, because it was really uncomfortable being pregnant and sitting in a car for an hour and 45 minutes and then laying on the table for like an hour and a half for ultrasounds.
Oh my goodness.
So it was really rough. Yes, so then we delivered in Rochester via C-section, and the only way they could do that to have all the teams available that they wanted to be there for her, because she had to go to the NICU. They wanted the NICU team. They wanted oncology around and everything. So we delivered 2 hours from home. via C-section on my birthday. And she came out. She was doing really well. I got to see her for a minute. And then her big brother got to see her just for a few moments. As they took her to the NICU, they let him meet her quickly. NICU for about 2 days. They did ultrasounds and everything, and her urine came back, and they suspected it was neuroblastoma. Her levels were a little high, and it was in her. The ultrasound, they could actually see better because during the ultrasound while I was pregnant, it was hard to see exactly where it was. It was just in her abdomen. They couldn't tell really where it was. So then we found out it was in her adrenal gland. So they wanted her to get a little healthier and bigger before they did a biopsy on her. So when she was 2 months old, she had her adrenalectomy, and they removed her whole adrenal gland and they biopsied it, and it came back as stage 4 neuroblastoma. But because it was just her adrenal gland and she was so young, they diagnosed her with stage 4S neuroblastoma, which is not common. It's rare. It's good because she doesn't need treatment. It's just a wait and watch. So for a year and a half, she had monthly ultrasounds, and then every 6-month MRIs. And then she had an MIBG after her. She had an MIBG after her adrenalectomy. And then we had those like every 6 months too. And then they finally started spacing her ultrasounds and MRIs and everything out. And then at 18 months, a couple months before her next one, she, listen, I gotta do this, baby, and then I will help you, okay? Sorry.
It's okay.
She had right-sided, her face just dropped, wouldn't move. And it wasn't really noticeable. Like, I thought I was going crazy. But when you have a child that complex, like, it's not worth the risk. So I took her to ER, and they said she had an ear infection, but because of her history, my local hospital wouldn't even touch her. They literally took her temp and sent us in an ambulance to Rochester. And that's the night they told me that they were going to run some tests, but they said they wanted to do an MRI because there was a chance it was either Bell's palsy, because she did have an ear infection at the time, or she had relapsed with a tumor in her head. And unfortunately, she did relapse, and we started COG protocol treatment. Nora did 6 rounds of chemo. She did 2 stem cell transplants. We did radiation immunotherapy. There was one point between her last round of chemo and before stem cell transplant that Nora, she did it multiple times through treatment, but that she almost went septic. She got C. diff, colitis, mucositis, and she was neutropenic. So we got they called 7 rapids on her, and she was the PICU. We were there for quite a while. I think that was probably one of our scariest hospital stays. But she came out of it, pushed her transplant back a month. But she's doing okay. She did really well through treatment. And then we went on after that to this vaccine trial in New York City. Her Nora. Sorry. Yeah, she dancing in the windows and singing, and to this day still, Nora's fine motor skills are insanely good. Because she started treatment at 18 months. We lived in a hospital, so we did all coloring and crafts. So yeah, she said, "Honey, I told you I'm doing this. I am not helping until I'm done." Okay, I am doing this right now.
Don't worry about it.
So the second she suffered is right now she has no hearing in her right ear, and she never will. Her tumor had ruptured her hearing, and there's nothing they can do to fix that. She does wear a hearing aid in her left ear for high frequency hearing loss from the she had decay from the inner teeth from chemo, so she had to have like all top front 4 of her teeth removed, and she had a bunch of her teeth capped. But otherwise, she's doing pretty well right now. We just actually found out on her birthday that she is clear for 2 years officially.
Oh, wow.
Years.
Hold on a second, Ashley. Say that one more time, because I didn't hear it, so I just want to make sure it wasn't just me. Try one more time.
For 3 years of her life, she was had disease. So getting years without disease. Excited about that.
Sorry, I only heard a little bit of it again. I don't want to keep having you repeat yourself, so I think your connection must just be going in and out just a little bit.
Can you hear me better now? Or?
A little bit.
Okay. So yeah, 2 years is a big deal for us because for the first 3 years of her life, she had disease. So
yeah,
it's big for us. I think once we hit 3 and 4 years, we're getting to the point where she's been cancer free longer than she had. That's really big deal for us.
It's huge. I mean, she's gone through so much. I mean, you can't really even say in one video how much that Nora's been through.
Keep it short. I mean, she's been through a lot. Family, it was her and I a lot of the time for long periods of time. And it's normal for her. Nora didn't start at 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Like, this is her life since the day she was born. She's been having these ultrasounds, these tests, and blood work. Like, it's just her normal. She doesn't really know a normal life besides this.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's really crazy when you think about how much she's been through in just her short little 5 years of life. But at the same time, like, I mean, I remember seeing so many pictures and videos of her like dancing and singing, and I mean, she's just so crazy strong, and I mean, I can tell you for sure she inspired so many people. I mean, just so many. But at the same time, of course, I wish she wouldn't have had to go through any of that.
But I'm thankful she's here. Along the way, you guys who we never even had a chance to really meet Emery, which is, I don't know, it sucks. So, and I think a lot of us moms survivor feel too for our friends that we we're so we're so happy, and I think some people wonder why we're not happier when we get clear scans. But always, when we're celebrating and happy for our own kids, we know we also have friends at the same time whose child just relapsed or something like that. It's really hard for us because I don't think a lot of people realize either that once you're in this world, you have those connections, and those kids feel just like your kids. Don't know what that means.
I didn't get the last few sentences of what you just said again, darn it. I'm sorry. I hate having to make you say it again, but you keep getting just a little, just the last couple sentences I think we missed.
Okay. I just feel like people don't really understand, as a parent to a cancer child, that even when our kids are doing good, it's hard to also be happy because with these families we meet become our family, and the kids feel like our own kids. We know what the parents are feeling, and it's hard to be in that position. Like, I know a lot of us suffer from survivor's guilt. Like, I'm so happy my daughter is here, but I'd give anything for these other kids to be here too.
Right. I mean, I think I've heard of a lot of families, a lot of moms feeling that way. I'm sure it's so hard to, I mean, obviously so happy that your baby is doing so well, and then you feel bad for, of course you feel bad for the other families because you know what they're going through. I mean, so I know you guys know so many of, like, even the kids on our run, you guys know Azalea, you know Nori,
Yes.
you know Mason too, right?
Yes, we've met Mason a few times.
Caleb?
Yep.
Caleb.
We were friends with Lincoln, and I'm friends with Kate.
Oh. Aiden,
yes, Lima and Aiden. I was actually just talking to I think we might take a trip next month to
aw,
because they're a little far, but not too far. We can go, so
yeah.
she's excited about that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Azalea's next week, and then Aiden's the last week. So
yeah. We love a lot of our families that we've met. I'm not quite sure I would have made. I didn't have like the emotional support from a partner during all of the treatment. And I don't think I would have made it without the other cancer moms that I've had in my life and the families and the help from like foundations like you guys who just understand what I'm going through. Like, I don't having that outlet and have people to talk to and understand my feelings. Well, my friends tried. Nobody really.
right.
And I know for a fact I don't think I could have survived without that. Like, I will forever be thankful for all the mom friends I made through this journey in the cancer community.
Well, for how strong Nora is, we all know who she gets it from, because there's no way she would be as strong as she is without you. I mean, there's just no way. So.
Well, I tell her she made me stronger. Like, she brought out a lot in me I didn't think I could do.
Oh, I understand. My M did the same thing.
Like, I used to cry for blood. Like, I would get done like blood work. Like, I was the biggest baby.
Me too.
And now I'm like, whatever. Like, just do it.
I can't even get upset about it anymore because I saw her get poked so many times. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're fine. Just hold still. It'll be over in a second. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, I have her with me sometimes yelling at the nurses, telling them they're doing stuff wrong, or like, I was always doing that for her, and she now does that for me.
Oh,
I'll hold your hand. I'll be there, Mom.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Well, hey, real fast too. Do you want to tell everybody kind of what you've been doing, like with Peas Macaroons?
Yes. I tried reaching out to some friends in the community and a couple like small businesses to see if they'd be willing to put out donation jars. And I don't even know how we came across each other, but Peace started at like they would do like summer festivals and stuff and just have like a little pop-up. And they just like during the pandemic opened their own little shop finally. It got pandemic, but they are just an incredible family. Like, they're the entire family. And she was like, that's so funny. I was going to ask you if there was anything we could do for September to help. And they actually had to close the shop for 2 weeks to try to get a routine with homeschooling and all of that. So she was like, I'm so bummed, but can we do it longer than September? And I was like, of course. And once I brought in all the packets and stuff for Emery's Memory Foundation and the run, and they were like, we have to do more. I want to do more. So they did do like a week or two, I think, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, but they still kept Emery's Memory Foundation stuff up, and they're currently doing a raffle.
Mm-hmm.
Only were they doing that, but any donation that was made, the donation jar, they're matching. So, like, they have just been incredible. They reached out to news stations, let them know what they were doing this month, and not only them, the raffle basket is a bunch of small businesses. So a lot of the small businesses are helping them with that. So.
I saw that. That is just, all that is just so cool. We're so thankful for the support and thankful to you for reaching out for us. I mean, you obviously didn't have to do that. It means a lot to us that you did, and so thankful to Peas Macaroons for all they're doing, because that's crazy. It's so
they are incredible, and they're so good to like my family and to Nora. Like, they did something so special for her birthday. Like, they're just amazing people. So.
I saw that too. She got to do some shopping right beforehand.
Yes,
yeah, they opened.
Everybody else for a half hour. So Nora was the only one in there. We didn't have to be.
Hang on a second. Oh, Peter would like me to tell you that he's sorry that he lost his internet connection and he dropped off while you were talking.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's really hard when he's on the road, to get good internet connection. So, but he's been listening. He just isn't here with us at the moment. So,
I'm thankful for Peter too. I mean, I have a hard time. I get emotional thinking about it's not just my kid. All of these kids, a lot of our friends too. Like, these kids are a lot to me too.
Yeah, no, what he's doing is incredible, and I think he's touched a lot of people's hearts, and I think it's changed him too. Like he wasn't, like he'll say, he wasn't in the cancer world, the childhood cancer world, and then he's just kind of thrown himself into this, and he didn't have to, and it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. Like, I feel like, you did a really good job telling Nora's story, and Nora was on for a second, which was perfect, and everybody got to see her sweet face.
Yeah, her brother bribed her away with her new Barbies.
That's okay. They're keeping each other some company over there. It's good. But yeah, before we get off, and you can hang on a second, Ashley, if you want. Peter might be in the background still, so if you want to say. But before we go, I'm just gonna say again, we're having our trivia question tonight. Anyone can win one of the Thunder Run magnets, and it has Peter's head on it. It's pretty cute, and all you have to do is answer correctly. How many shoes will Peter go through by the time he gets to Delaware? So from California to Delaware, how many running shoes do you think he's going to go through? And he's gone through a few because of that heat and everything. So I have not seen the correct answer yet. I've been watching the comments. So if you haven't already, go ahead and make your best guess. And I'll be watching, and whoever guesses it right first will win our magnet. So. Thank you again, Ashley, for coming on tonight and telling Nora's story.
For having us.
It really means a lot. Like, just being able to show that, like, these kids are, like, real kids. They're not statistics. Like, they're loved and fought for, and so it really means a lot that you joined us.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys having us involved. We've loved you from the beginning. I think we've been with you guys since
we started.
So,
yeah.
You guys have been a big part of our family, our journey.
Oh, well, thank you. We love having Nora. She's definitely one of our little favorites. All right. Well, thank you again. And everybody keep guessing below, and whoever guesses first, I'll let you know. And we will talk to you guys next week with Azalea's family. So thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Bye.